So the last area to talk about is the bedroom. So I'll just give you a quick scan. So the bedroom area starts right here and goes around to right there. That is the third slide that we have. From here you can see like the wood goes around. That all slides out. And again, we replaced the trim like we did in the main cabin area with the wood. The cabinetry is original. We kept that. Again, a big fan of storage. And added in these three pictures. They came from Amazon as well, kind of to give it a feel like a headboard. I think it just adds a little bit to the space. I had those shades before also from Amazon from the first reno that we did, and they are blackout shades, so that really helps with being able to snooze in a little bit. So in this space, the things that happen, I told you about the trim I did. We also painted these black, as well as the black there as well as the base of the bed itself. It kind of makes it kind of just disappear a little bit. And then also painted this cabinet over here black as well, and that has a washer, a dryer combo unit in it. The one we had in here before, I loved it, but it died. And so that was no fun. So we replaced this one. We found it on Facebook Marketplace, again, for like way cheaper. It was, I think it was, what do they call it? Like, what do they call it when they redo the, refurbished. There we go. It was refurbished for like a fraction of the cost of buying it new. It had a warranty on it, so perfect. This originally had like shutter door, like 2 doors. We decided to leave them off. Kept the doors in case I changed my mind about that, but I kind of like the way that it looks. They just kind of got in the way anyway, so I just left them off. And I like the way that it looks that way anyway. I haven't done anything yet to the mirrored doors. I was thinking about doing like a grid, like to make it look kind of like a French door kind of look. I went to go do it. I got tired. We were at the end of the reno and I didn't do it. So there you go. they remain the same. I don't want to remove them all together because back behind here is the engine. It's a diesel pusher, and so it being closed in kind of helps keep the heat and any kind of fumes or whatever like there, because the engine is up underneath here. So anyway, it's a nice closet space. We have our fun trekking sticks in there waiting for new adventures. What are the other things I did in here? I just added those little lattice stained wood pieces on the ceiling to make that a little bit of interest. Also had replaced that light fixture again. That's with like a regular household fixture that I got on Amazon. Again, just use a 12-volt bulbs. It really opens up a lot more options for you. There's our basketball thing there, but let's see. We got more of these blackout roller shades there. And the last thing I wanted to talk about was all of this glorious storage. So I don't know if you guys saw in the previous video, but this cabinet right here, I'm going to take us on a trip. See that vertical cabinet with the 3 doors? That was, oh, there's Brian. Originally horizontal above the sofa. So I told you guys that we took that out temporarily, those cabinets, just because we were trying to get to something. And when we took them out, we were like, they're not going back in because it looks so much better there. But again, I was been telling you about this whole storage thing. I don't want to lose storage. So we had just set the cabinet. We had set it into the bedroom, like over here. We just set it on the floor to get it out of the way, vertically. It was sitting there, and I was like, huh, that can become a vertical cabinet. And so that's what we did. So Brian rebuilt it for us, and it now lives there. And he added in like shelves. So he built all of this out for me, and built and then added in a shelf to each one of these. So it kind of becomes like little cubbies, and that's, you know, just extra place to put stuff. I mean, you know, when you're living in these things, you need to stash stuff everywhere. So originally, this whole space, something just dropped down behind me. This whole space had a dresser. It was just a regular like dresser, like with like 6 drawers. And it was okay as far as storage, but not great. So he built this, and then we found this on Facebook Marketplace, this dresser right here. It looked nothing like what you see now. It was $40. It was like that wood laminate. It was not attractive whatsoever. It also had here on each of these, and didn't have any hardware. It had like a rolled type of molding that you could put your fingers up underneath and pull it. So we popped all of that off, and then this again is that vinyl lattice that is just, you know, painted out. I mean, I primed the whole thing. We added all of that vinyl, right? And then we added the hardware, and this hardware matches the previous hardware that we had. I found all of that on Amazon, and this hardware again matches the same hardware we have out in the main cabin area. So it makes it all look like it is original to the coach, but it's certainly not. The only thing, wow, the zoom works really good on that.
Zoom in on our notch.
The only thing that is kind of funny about this whole thing is that it never dawned on Brian and I to test the slide in. So I mentioned to you that this bed, you know, this whole slide comes in, and this slides all the way up to the dresser, and that worked just great with the original dresser. And the width of this, or the depth of this dresser, I thought was also the same as the previous dresser that we had there. So we really just didn't ever think to even test it. Well, we had this all done up, primed, painted, caulked, shaboozied all up. Everything was perfect. And all of a sudden Brian says, you know what, let's put the slide in and see what happens. And lo and behold, the bedding down here came in and came up to the dresser and would not slide all the way in by 1 inch. And so, friends, that is how we ended up with this little lovely notch. It's yet to be painted out, but that little notch was our solution to getting the slide to come all the way in. So I think it's kind of funny. We probably could have done something different as far as a solution, but it's kind of a funny little story. It has a fun backlog on it, and tells a story of what not to do, I guess. So, but otherwise, I mean, as far as storage goes, this works out great. Again, we added in all these little clip things so that when you know, are underway, that your doors aren't flying open. So I think the last thing to mention in here is the bedding itself. I'm trying out the new bedding, and that's got like a big old zipper right here along the edge, and it comes all the way down right here and goes around, and there's one on the other side as well, and it makes it super simple to make your bed up. Which making a bed in an RV is kind of a trick. So I'm excited about that. We bought the same type of bedding for the queen size bed that folds out on the sofa, the sleeper sofa that I showed you guys earlier in the main cabin living room area. So that concludes all the tour. So I hope you guys enjoyed. We are glad that the reno is over and are looking forward to taking this out on the road and enjoying all the adventures that it holds for us. Thanks for coming along.